Hello everyone. So today I'm again back with a new tutorial. So our tutorial will aim to add some HTML in order to add some dashboard over here. So when the dashboard values will be uh, uh, and we will create a option. So when we click that option, drop down options, the values should be changed over here. So we are not using JavaScript now, but we are using a dashboard, HTML for a dashboard. So for that, we are going to write some codes inside this base div. So inside the base div, we are going to uh, create a div class which is known as Dropdown. So inside this class, we are going to add one paragraph named PID, and the name will be map title. So map title will be, the name will be some map of USA or something, and then we are creating a break here. So yeah, and in here I will use input. Okay, input type is text. So I will create a input type text, and the values, when I load it, the value will be uh, loaded into that uh, space. So ID will be, I will write it the ID as an admin, and instead of placeholder I'm going to use read only, and then close it. And as I already closed this paragraph, I am going to use a new paragraph, and ID will be subtitle, and the name will be select a state or anything. But I will use some good names over here. Status of schools between what was our uh, slide, uh, the year difference between two year difference. We have a slider here, so between 2004 and 2014, but I think we don't have the data up to 2014, so we should change it after we decided to uh, change it accordingly. Yeah, so after that we are again using the div. ID will be work, and then inside this div we are going to select name variable 2 and ID variable 2. So close it, and inside select we are going to create a option. So value will be 0. Okay, that is okay, and select a variable. Instead of using this, I will use a default name, which will be population density, and I will create here a selected as selected. So it will be selected if nothing is selected, so this one will be default. So in the same way, I'm creating other options like value 1, value 2. So no problem for this. I'm going to use the same name. So I will create up to 9 variable and then save it and see the result. So we can see the data is here, but it is behind this map. So we need to create a CSS so that it could be clearly visible um, in this area. Okay, so we are going to write some CSS. So for that I am using a drop down. So I will just use this what is it has suggested to see if it's working fine. No, it has shown somewhere here, so it is not fine. So position will be okay. We are not using left. Instead we are using the right, and right will be 20 pixel. Button will be 20 pixel. Width will be, instead of pixel, 35% of the total area. And height, uh, right, and then top. Okay, so top will be 20 pixel and that index will be 2 instead of 1. So if there is any changes, let's see. When we save it, we can see here uh, this dashboard with a name, map of USA inside it. Actually I wanted a bigger size of it, so I also have to work on this ID. For example, in our Visual Code Studio we have used map title as ID, so we can write some code in the CSS for map title and then just save it and see the result. It has gone somewhere, so we don't need this position or anything, but we are going to use just the font size and font family for map title. So save it, and then we will create a bold font weight bold. Okay, it is bold, and font size will be, instead of 10 pt, 100 pt. It is too big, so 20 pt. Okay, this should be down, uh, in the down position. So we are going here. We have used break, but it's not working fine. There is some problem. In the map title we close it as this This is not a nice symbol for break. We have to use this symbol and save it again. Yeah, now the this blank part is downward of this title. So what we are trying to do now is when we click population density, the population density map will be here. When we click the median income, when we click the poverty rate, the corresponding map should be here. Okay, so I will pause the video and then just practice some of the things and again come back with a new tutorial. So okay. So after this, what I wanted to do is on different zoom level, I want to have different name. For example, if I am in this zoom level, different map is loaded, and when I am zoom in this zoom level, different maps should be loaded. The map is not loaded differently. I have to add, I think, C or another layer for that. So I'm going to write some code in main.javascript first. So what I will do is I will just add this. My mouse is not working well. Okay, so um, so we are using a county or district. I don't know how it goes. So I just rename it as a C, and the county 2 will be district 2 or district. Um, so we have to copy this map. Instead of that, uh, we should have copied this code instead of that code. So we are uh, pasting it here, and I'm using it district. So style will be style, and it will be added to a map. So when I see it, it has been added or not. Let's see in the inspection. So we are going to debug it at a point. So here is a problem. District is not defined. So what we need to do is in the index file, we are going to use a district script. So district, so we have a district inside here. So it will go, no, so district and then .js. So when we go inside it, we can see another GeoJSON file. So when I save it and reload it, we can see two different maps, but this is not what we wanted. So on zoom level 8, we are going to remove one layer. So we are just using the county level. So we go to main.js. Uh, if default will be map, so how to remove that layer? Add to map and e dot uh, remove layer map. So let's see if it works. It doesn't work. Uh, so we are not using add to map then. Okay, this is the name is same, so we have to rename it as C. And but we are not going to use add to map in this case. So only, sorry, we are not using this add to map. Save it, and then we can see the map is not added, but when it is clicked, when it is zoomed out or zoomed in, we should make it visible. So when it's zoomed in, we should make that district map visible. So in this layer, we are going to use c dot add map and save the result. And when I click zoom in, that map is visible, but this layer should not be visible. So we have to remove uh, a from map. What is the problem here? No problem. Okay. So when I click it, it should remove a, but it's not removing any a. When I zoom it, that map should be visible and a should be removed. Uh, or maybe b, I don't know. We can check and not add to map but remove layer. So when I zoom in, it is added. So you have to think about it too. And map.getZoom is less than it. So I think the else statement is executed, so we can inspect it in the source, and we can go to the zoom in functionality over here and reload it. And when we zoom in, the B layer will be added. So there is a problem. Why to add B layer? First, we remove this because we are going to remove that layer. So save it, and when we reload it and zoom in, the layer is same. So I think the default value is added. So when I zoom in, it is the debug point goes here. So C will be added. So when I click next, C will be added. It will remove A and B, and this has been executed. So when I click next, 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 is there any problem in the console? No. Oh, I cannot find the error here. This is executed and there is an end. So remove layer handler. Maybe in the layer handler it has added both the map. No. Can I remove uh, layer handler for a while? So save it and then zoom in. No, layer handler is doing nothing in this case, so no problem for that. Uh, but what is the problem? Where is the problem? When I zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, this layer should be removed and this should be there still. Remove layer. Maybe I have added it to add to map. Maybe I should remove this one because this is already added. So when I zoom in, this has been added. Okay. Another A. Maybe I should remove this too and save it. And when I zoom in, this layer is added and other layer are removed. But the default should be there, isn't it? So in the default, if nothing is done, for example, when the zoom level is 8, I should add A map, B map, and C map. But this won't be called uh, on that function. So I will just use else if map zoom level is equals to 6, this layer no equals to 8. I don't know this will work out well. So if it's 8, that should be loaded. So when I reload it, there is no problem. I go to JavaScript and main.js. This is not executed anyhow. So it's better to add if zoom, that should be removed. I undo it. If zoom, A remove layer, B remove layer, I can copy this in the last. So save it and I zoom out. But when I don't do anything, it should also load some map, isn't it? Okay, I will just add this to add map and we will do debugging later. Okay, so when I zoom in, this map is also loaded. That's the problem. When I zoom in, that A should be removed. But when I zoom in, A is not removed. That is the problem now. So, okay, I think we have done some different program. So I will try remove layer from A rather than that code and see the result. Okay, now that problem is solved. Yeah. For example, when it's in this 8 level and when I zoom in, that older map is out and new map is in now. Okay, so instead of remove layer, I should have used map.remove layer. So B, and here also map.remove layer. What was it before? B. map.remove layer B. So it's not perfect actually, but we can just work out in here. So no problem. We can do it later, and we can see different maps already here, and we see here some drop down and some menu. So what we are going to do in zoom level 8, we are going to use here county level. So in zoom level 8, uh, else, it is a else statement, but we should also work out um, after that. So we are going to use um, inside our, what do we call admin as id. So in the id, admin. So when admin will be the, the id which contains the name admin, the placeholder will take the value, so val, and then the name will be, I will write county level. So save it, and when I, okay, when I zoom out, it is neither it is less than 8. Yeah, zoom level is less than 8. Why this is executed? So when it's greater than 8, we have to see later what is happening in this code. So when we use greater zoom, we write it as a district level, and when it's less than 8, we use the same county level. So save it and see the result: district level, county level, district level, county level. Okay, so in this way we can also add on map load, there is nothing, so we can add this is a county level, so we can add county level in here. Similar way, dollar sign, and then has admin dot val will be county level. So after that, semicolon, and save it, and we can see that county level is already added when we have zoom level of 8. So when I zoom it, district level; when I zoom out, county level; zoom in, district level; zoom out, county level. Okay, so after that we are going to add different kind of maps when we click uh, these different values. So I will just practice it and come again after some minutes. Now we are going to add different layers, different values when different options are clicked. So for that, we are going to the JavaScript code in the main.js and write a function uh, that would take values, like for example in here it has id of variable 2 var2. So when this id is selected, which one is selected, we will do the layer handling accordingly. So we go to this main.js and write a function um, to handle this variable. So we will use a dollar sign, and then we are going to use a variable 2. Yeah, so when this menu is selected, select menu. So the change should be done. So we are using the layer handler as our change, and then we are closing this. We close this and close this again, and we have closed this, and now we have to close this one, and again this one and this one, but creating problem. So we are just trying to close this in a clear way. This is closed, this is already closed, so now we have to close by this bracket, and then this bracket, and then this bracket, and this. There is a problem. Maybe we should use some comma here, and we should not use this. So we are okay, here's the problem. We should not use this in order to close here. So again we are going to check it if everything is okay. Layer handler is okay. Yeah, now it doesn't show any error. So what this function will do is when the options is selected, it will call layer handler. So I think this is also not important for us now, but we have to create a new thing. We have used random number, so there is no problem uh, on checking it into the data of the district, but it will create a random number on every option, so that won't be a problem. It is for just for a tutorial purpose. So this map is loaded. Yeah, so when I click different option, this proportional symbol will be same for everything, every options, because we have not changed its values, so we are also doing that. So when we click different options, different, the menu changes. On changing the menu, the color of the layer will be different, as you can see. Yeah, so in this way, if we can just send our values into here, in here we can send like circle value, and we can handle that inside a layer handler with some name circle, and we can change the values here, in here. Okay, so in this way we can generate a different maps by using different options. And now we are trying to work with the proportional symbol in this map. So what we have done for the proportional symbol is we just uh, written a circle of this property. So instead of this SCH, in this SCH is the same. So what we are trying to do is the year is same. So we are creating a new value. For example, we go to county 2 first and see that STU 10. So it will be always 10, uh, but instead we should have used other values. Let's see, is there any name with 0708? What I'm trying to do is use the property from what when the option is selected, the values in it will be replaced by that value, and the same value will be passed. But in the layer handler, we have a circle pt and pt04 pt04, and when we see here if there is any pt04, there is pt04 5 6 7. So just we are trying with the year instead of these values. Okay, so for this example, what we are sending is in this SCH field, we are sending pt plus variable 2 dot value. So in this pt, so what is the value of pt? It's a smaller number. Yeah, it's a smaller number, so I don't think it will create a nice map. What we need to do is this STU value. So we are creating STH this value instead. Okay. So instead of SCH field, we are using SCH. Okay. So we are commenting out this one, and we are using SCH here instead of SCH field here. After that, this SCH will be passed into here. I hope so. Let's see the result and see if it is working. It's working actually, but we have to see. No, the circle is gone, so there are some problem. Let's see in the source, in the layer handler, if that values has been passed or not. So where is layer handler? Yeah, here is layer handler. So I reload it, and when I click here, this has been passed, and in the SCH value we have STU SCH, so it should add 0. Yeah, and it should not be the value 3 4, because we don't have that 3 4 value in this county, so it should start from STU SCH 9 6 5. Okay, so what we have to do is instead of using, we can add 0 here, and in the variable 2 in the index, instead of using from 0, we will try from 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. No, 11. So from, if it's from 11, the 0 will be added. So how to solve this problem? Yeah, so we can solve this problem by adding 0 5 0 6 0 7 0 8 0 9 10 11 12 13 and 14. Okay, So after that we save it and we go here. So we should remove this 0 and save it again and see the console and see the result. We can see the different sizes, but the size are not that much. It has not changed that much. So we are going to debug it again. And after that we are going to reload it. In the SCH, what values is added, we are going to see. So when we click in the median income, this is 0, 1, 0, 2, 0. In the median income, what is the value in the HTML? It's 0, 7. So 0, 7 should be passed here. When I click this value, it should be 0, 7. Yeah, STH 0, 7. So it will search STU SCH 0, 7, and these values will be loaded. Sorry. Yeah, these values will be loaded, and we can see the map here as our final map. And when we click poverty rate, uh, let's try it again to debug by using poverty rate. So when we reload it and when I click poverty rate, it will be STUHCH08. So it will load STUHCH08 at this moment, and the value will be these are somehow similar values. So the similar kind of maps are shown here. Okay, so in this way we can create a different kinds of maps. uh yeah, the size differs a little bit, but not that much. Yeah, so thank you for watching, um and I will keep updated with a more things in future, and make it more reliable than using a random number. Instead of random number, we are going to use the values in this GeoJSON file. So we are using the property value of this file. Okay, thank you for watching, and bye bye.